and introduce you to Johnny.
大家好啊，我叫 Johnny， 是星巴克的一名区域经理，很高兴今天能够跟大家一起聊一聊咖啡，聊一聊生活。好，那我其实从19岁呢就加入到星巴克了，当时呢是一个实习生的身份入职，因为星巴克的价值观，我身边的伙伴他们的热情，他们的这种工作的态度，一直都在影响着我。床，最重要的是那份浓浓的亲情。 榛子味的拿铁，谢谢。当然，除了在年龄啊，包括说还有在职位上的不断变化以外，最重要的是我在星巴克找到了我的另一半，就是找到我的爱情。那当然，这个也跟星巴克工作有关系，因为当时需要是把我们门店的营业款投到银行。我现在老婆就是当时接收我营业款的那个女孩。当然现在呢，我也是把我的营业款交给她了。婚礼，那么我也是别出心裁，所以在婚礼那天，我给她一个人讲了一个咖啡讲座，当然讲的是 Verona， 因为 Verona 代表的是在星巴克代表的是爱情。后来因为我老婆也送了我一个礼物，是一个星巴克派克市场的一个杯子，因为那个杯子只有在那家店，只有在我们那家店才会卖。那我相信，西雅图的派克市场是每一个星巴克人的一个梦想，就像是我们每一个人的一个心中向往的一个地方。那我当然也希望能够有机会到你家门店去看一看。其实从工作以来呢，我觉得。我接触到的人、接触到的顾客、接触到很多，都非常好。我非常庆幸，我从一开始就选对了公司。
I was in Beijing a few months ago, and Johnny did the coffee tasting. He did at his wedding, and it was truly remarkable. And I wanted to make sure that we shared that story with you. Our partners are going to be at the center and continue to define the success of our business in this part of the world. And as I close, let me take a moment to acknowledge all of the partners across Asia and China for the amazing work that they do each and every day to create those moments of connections with our customers and to build the Starbucks brand across the region and bring it to life. Thank you very much. Let me now introduce to you a 20-year partner with the company who was recently named CFO of the Year by the Puget Sound Business Journal and who today celebrates a birthday, my friend and colleague, Mr. Troy Alstead.
Thanks, John, and I really want to thank Starbucks for throwing me this great birthday party today. It's nice of you, all of you, to come. The four leaders you've just heard from, Jeff, Cliff, Michelle, and John, lead the teams who bring the Starbucks experience to life every day in 58 countries around the world. They bring a depth of experience engaging customers, building brands, operating stores, running their businesses, and managing their P&Ls in disciplined and robust ways. As you've seen and heard, we have a team of people who are experienced, who care deeply about this company and our partners and our customers, who embrace our values and who are leading their teams to deliver fantastic results. I will now summarize those results and provide a bit more context around the outstanding financial health of our business and the opportunities ahead. But first, we're fortunate to have with us today many business partners from around the world, business partners who share our values and who partner with us to grow the Starbucks business. I'd like to ask our business partners to stand, and I ask all of you to join me in thanking them for their partnership. Thank you. We are also very fortunate to have with us today a number of our community partners who are partnering with us on innovative projects and initiatives in communities all around the country. I would also like to ask our community partners to stand for just a moment, and I also ask you to recognize them with me. Two months ago, I celebrated my 20th anniversary with Starbucks. And over those 20 years, I've been fortunate to see the business accomplish many things. A number of those things, by the way, we were told could never be done. In the days just before the IPO, we were told that Starbucks was just a fad, that a small coffee company from Seattle could never grow successfully across the US. In the mid-90s, we were told that the idea would never work in international markets. About that same time, we were told that while people might visit a Starbucks store, we'd never be able to make money with Starbucks products in grocery stores. And just 3 years ago, we were told that Starbucks' best days were over. Since the beginning of our fiscal 2011, the S&P index has increased 24%, and the NASDAQ index has grown by 31%. Now, 24% and 31% really are very good returns on investment. During that same period of time, Starbucks stock increased 114%, more than doubling in price. Now it's clear that Starbucks' best days were not over 3 years ago. And I can assure you, our best days are not over today. We're just getting started. At the time of this very shareholders meeting just 3 years ago, there were very few believers and many detractors among those who follow the stock and the company closely. A few of the quotes that were representative of the financial community sentiment at the time include, Starbucks has changed a lot over the years. Right now, it's essentially a fad stock. And perhaps my favorite at the time, we find management optimism misplaced. Howard, I think they're talking about both of us. The market capitalization of the company at that time stood at $8 billion, and our credit rating had just been downgraded to BBB. Since that time 3 years ago, we've not only recovered the business back to its previous high points, but 200,000 Starbucks partners around the world were not satisfied to stop there. We have transformed the company to reach new levels of impact in our communities and in our financial performance. Starbucks stock has just reached its highest level in history, topping $53 a share and $40 billion in market cap. And at a time when we frequently read about high-profile downgrades by the rating agencies, I'm proud to say that S&P recently upgraded Starbucks to A-, our highest rating ever. In my 20 years at Starbucks, I've been fortunate to have been part of, to experience from the inside, a long list of milestones and accomplishments. But perhaps even more remarkable and more meaningful than the financial accomplishments of the company over the past 20 years, or even of the past 3 years, is the financial performance of the company over just the past year. In 2011, Starbucks faced an extreme increase in commodity cost that added $250 million, $250 million of incremental expense to our P&L. We faced, as did our customers, as did you, the continuing challenges from an uncertain global economy, stubbornly high unemployment, and weak consumer confidence. Yet despite these challenges, we produced record financial results across almost every critical metric. Total revenues, average sales per store, operating margins, earnings per share, return on capital, all are now at record levels. Our top-line growth in fiscal 2011 was strong, with 8% global comparable store sales growth fueling our 9% revenue increase to a record $11.7 billion. From a top line that was shrinking 3 years ago, now to a business in 2012 will produce double-digit revenue growth. Comparable store sales, new stores, China, India, Brazil, the consumer products business, Via, Verissimo, Evolution Fresh, we've developed multiple diversified growth platforms to drive revenue over the short term and the long term. Importantly, our global operations continue to drive efficiency, raising our consolidated operating margin in 2011 to a record 14.8%. The top-line strength of the company, combined with our relentless focus on flowing those dollars through to profit on the bottom line, led to our 31% earnings per share growth in 2011. And with the now record levels of our revenue and earnings, we've deepened our focus and rigor on the deployment of capital into the business. We are more disciplined than ever about cost management and capital spending, ensuring we invest wisely and profitably into significant opportunities that will grow the business and elevate the return on those investments. The result of that focus is a return on capital for the business that reached 20% for the first time ever in 2011, almost triple the rate from just 2 years prior, and well on our way toward our goal of producing world-class capital returns for our shareholders. Our Americas business remains the engine of Starbucks' performance. It makes up about 3/4 of our revenue and profit, and as large as this region is today, we're aggressively pursuing growth all across the geography. The more than 12,000 stores in the Americas produced revenue of over $9 billion last year. And as you heard Cliff speak about earlier, there are many drivers behind the strong momentum. Despite the high coffee costs, we recorded impressive margin gains in the Americas as we gained leverage due to the higher sales and operational efficiencies. And while our operating margins eclipsed 20% for the first time ever in 2011, we're targeting an even higher margin in the Americas in 2012. We learned a great deal as we worked to transform the business in the US in the past few years. And these learnings are now integral to our plans to execute a similar turnaround in Europe. As you heard from Michelle earlier, our EMEA business in the past has not performed to our expectations, and we have much work ahead to change that. It currently comprises about 10% of our total revenue, but only 2% of profit. The work to bridge that gap has begun, and we're confident in our ability over time to improve operating margin in the region to at least a healthy 15%. We produced solid revenue gains in fiscal 2011 of 10% growth over the prior year. And importantly, the region made a strong move into profitability during 2011 after losses in previous years. The revenue growth and earnings improvement in 2011 provide a solid foundation as Michelle and her team launched the Renaissance Plan, accelerating the initiatives to improve the Starbucks experience, drive growth in revenues, apply stronger financial disciplines to the business, and deliver healthy earnings and return on capital. The 15 years since Starbucks first opened in the China-Asia-Pacific region have allowed us to invest in the business, in the brand, our people, the infrastructure, our stores, and have also provided us clear insights to the huge opportunities for growth and profitability in China and all across the region. Building upon those investments over the years and capitalizing on the growth opportunities in the region, we produced stronger growth in CAP in 2011 than anywhere else in the world, with 36% revenue growth and earnings growth of a fantastic 49%. We're very encouraged by the success of our new stores, particularly in China. As John mentioned a short time ago, we're targeting to have 1,500 stores in mainland China by 2015. That is very fast-paced growth, and our team in China is doing a great job of building out the pipeline to meet these goals. Now, we can't discuss growth without highlighting what's going on in our channel development business, where we reported fiscal 2011 revenue growth of 22%. And in the first quarter of 2012, Jeff and his team drove revenue growth of 72%, powered by the combination of the launch of Starbucks K-Cups, bringing our packaged coffee business in-house, and continued momentum of other products such as Via and bottled Frappuccino. The channel development business is a very high-margin business, with operating margin greater than 30% in 2011. As Jeff and his team drive Verissimo, K-Cups, Via, Blonde Roast, Evolution Fresh, and other innovations into the CPG channels, I expect that channel development will be one of our fastest revenue-growing businesses over the long term. Combine that rapid revenue growth with the strong operating margin and the low capital investment required in this business, and it becomes clear that channel development will be an increasingly significant contributor to the Starbucks business and to our financial results. The robust growth and fundamental health of our businesses around the world results in significant cash generated for the company, reaching $1.6 billion in fiscal 2007 alone. The strength of that cash flow enables us to reward our shareholders with a quarterly dividend, which stood at 13 cents per share to begin 2011, but grew 31% to 17 cents a share by the end of the year. Through those cash dividends and share repurchases, Starbucks returned nearly $1 billion to shareholders in fiscal 2011, more than doubling the amount in 2010. That strong cash flow also positions us to invest in future growth opportunities. Those investments include investing in our partners, maintaining the health of our store portfolio through remodels, building innovative and beautiful new stores around the world, investing in product innovation, and funding acquisition opportunities such as Evolution Fresh just a short time ago. All of these investments are necessary to enable the growth that we're targeting for the future, and all are enabled by the strong cash generation of our global business. The investments we made over the past few years are paying strong financial returns today. Similarly, I expect that the investments we're making now will provide the foundation, the framework for strong, sustainable, profitable growth for years to come. Our plans for each of our businesses are expected to drive revenue growth of 10 to 15% in the years ahead. That revenue growth, combined with our sharpened financial disciplines and our rigor around driving efficiencies throughout the business, are expected to produce operating margin expansion with earnings growth between 15 and 20%. And the fundamental strength of our business model and our blueprint for growth are expected to yield world-class return on capital approaching 25% in the years ahead. Howard began the meeting today by talking about the responsibility of companies to do more than just make money. He spoke about the responsibility that Starbucks has to our partners, our customers, and our communities. He said it was important that we not be bystanders, that we make a difference. He spoke about our values. And now I have been talking about the financial success of the company, about shareholder value. Well, I'm here to tell you now that those discussions are one and the same. If there was ever a case study for how doing the right thing for the right reasons pays off for investors, Starbucks is that case study. Starbucks is a different kind of company, one whose shareholder value is derived from its core values. Our employees are our partners, and they have shared in the success of the company since our earliest days. We bring to market the best coffee in the world. We design and build innovative and beautiful stores. We offer our customers the best experiences they can get anywhere. And we recognize the responsibility we have to our communities. Those core values are what create our incredible shareholder value. I'm often asked by investors, what are the barriers to entry in this business? Why can't just anyone open a coffee shop and do as well as Starbucks? These are our barriers to entry. Our values, our people, our coffee. Now, in my role as Chief Financial Officer, I spend a great deal of time with the financial community, the stock analysts who research the company, do their analysis and valuations, and make recommendations on the stock. And while I have great respect for every stock analyst that follows Starbucks, I have to tell you that just in the past few days, I've discovered my favorite stock analyst of all time, and I will now take a moment to introduce you to her. Juliet is a fifth grader in Morristown, New Jersey. Juliet competed in a national essay contest. And in her essay, which she titled Winning the Battle of the Stock Market, she does an excellent job going through some principles of investing, including discussion of market cap, beta indicators, and technical analysis. In her essay, she writes, what happens when the 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages are layered like soldiers in a battlefield with reinforcements waiting on the sidelines? It means that it's an excellent time to buy. Currently, Starbucks 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages remind me of an invincible army with many layers of warriors. With a 50 on top, the 100 in the middle, and finally the 200 layered perfectly on the bottom, it screams charge to the experienced investor. That might be my favorite part. She then goes on to say, applying market capitalization figures, studying beta volatility numbers, analyzing technical analysis, and using recession-proof strategies reveal that Starbucks is a great buy. I'm not making any of this up. Juliet concludes her winning essay by writing, my mom might say I'm too young for coffee, but that's not going to stop me from buying Starbucks' amazing stock. So first, let me say that I love this little kid. And congratulations to you, Juliet, in Morristown, New Jersey, for a very well thought out and an impressive essay. And now with that strong buy recommendation from my new all-time favorite stock analyst, I will turn the meeting back over to Howard. Thank you.
We tried to bring Juliet here, but it just did not work out. She had to go to school. This is a bittersweet moment now for the company and for me personally, in that one of our most beloved leaders, Paula Boggs, has decided to retire. And I think she's going to join me in 1 second. Paula, come on out here. We didn't rehearse this because it is an emotional moment, and I don't want to embarrass Paula in any way. I do want to recognize her partner, Randy, and her parents are here from San Antonio. And I know that Paula's father's birthday, his 80th birthday, was yesterday. I don't know where they're sitting, but if they could stand, please. Thank you for coming all this way. Paula has been an extraordinary leader for the company. She has helped build one of the strongest legal departments of any Fortune 100 company in America. As I said, she's been with the company now for 11 years. She has decided to go work for the Obama campaign to help his reelection. Hello. I can say lots of things about Paula. She's been recognized by NASDAQ as one of the best general counsels in America. She's received numerous awards. I think her best recognition and deepest respect is that the partners at Starbucks hold her in the highest regard. Paula, I want to thank you so very much for all you have done for the company, for representing Starbucks behind the scenes, and being the kind of leader that demonstrates the values and humanity of the company. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. I am not Howard, and I'm not Reverend Butts, so I'm going to do this old school with the short moments I have. First, again, I want to thank my family for being here. You have always been so supporting of and loving to me, and they are tremendous fans of this company and customers. In 1997, 15 years ago now, Howard wrote a book, Pour Your Heart Into It. And in that book, there's a quote. He says, "I want to inspire people to pursue their dreams. I dared to dream big dreams, and then I willed them to happen. I'm convinced that most people can achieve their dreams and beyond if they have the determination to keep trying." Thank you, Howard, for creating that company, and a company that allowed me and allows so many others to dream big. Over 30 years ago now, a young Army officer afraid of heights, that was me, became a paratrooper, jumping out of perfectly well-functioning planes. A key purpose of Airborne School is to develop leadership, self-confidence, and an aggressive spirit through mental and physical conditioning. Howard and Starbucks gave me an opportunity to live those values. When I joined this wonderful company so long ago now for me, I hoped I was joining a company with great products, great people, great values, and a culture that would let me be me, that would challenge me, and where I could hopefully add value. Starbucks has been all of that to me and more. I've attained many dreams, and my Starbucks experience fuels my determination to keep trying. I leave here with a full heart and joy in knowing Starbucks is at the top of its game and its best days lie ahead. You are a benevolent corporate leader, and I have basked in your glow. For me, Starbucks' many gifts now allow me to once again serve my country with passion and to pursue new dreams with new determination. My deepest thanks to Howard, to the board of directors, to the senior leadership team, my colleagues, to the wonderful department, Law and Corporate Affairs, that I've been privileged to lead for over 10 years, the thousands of partners, both past and present, I've come to know, our customers and our shareholders. It's been my distinct privilege and honor to serve as your General Counsel and Secretary. Thank you.
You're getting a standing ovation. You should see that.
Oh my God.
We have a wonderful gift for you. Paula is a wonderful artist, a singer, guitar player, and this is just I think, emblematic of the Northwest glass artists. I hope you have a wonderful place either in Seattle or New Mexico for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for hanging in all this time. And we haven't got to the formal meeting yet, but it's coming. We have a long-standing tradition at Starbucks to provide entertainment for you, entertainment that we think is highly relevant, unique, and special. And we have and this year is no different, we have a very special guest. Last year, she was nominated and won the Grammy for the Best New Artist. If you watched the Academy Awards a few weeks ago, she was the only vocal performer on the Academy Awards. Her new CD is in every Starbucks store. I believe as you exit, you're going to get one as well. And she was on David Letterman just 2 nights ago. I don't know how many people stayed up that late. I didn't. But I did TiVo it so I can see her exactly before she performed today. She's an extraordinary young artist who hails from Portland, Oregon, and her name is Esperanza Spalding.
Thank you so much. Okay. Well, these are 2 songs off of the new record that apparently you can get in any Starbucks. I didn't know that, so thank you. That's going to be a little weird when you go to offer and you give them the credit card and they go, huh? You know. This is Black Gold, and then we're going to play Crown and Kiss. So we'll dedicate this to you. If you hear something that speaks to you in the lyrics, then it's for you.
Hold your head as high as you can, high enough to see who you are, little man. Life sometimes is cold and cruel, maybe no one else will tell you, so remember that you are black gold, black gold. You are black gold.
Now maybe no one else has ever told you so. That you're golden, baby, you're
all the strength they have in you. Ancient men, powerful men, builders of civilization.
There'll be folks hell-bent on putting you down. Don't get burned.
Don't get burned, no, no.
Maybe not everyone will know your word.
Know your word. Oh. Think of all the strength you have in you.
From the blood you carry within you.
Ancient men, powerful men, builders of civilization.
From the blood you carry.
Oh yeah, ancient men, powerful men, builders of civilization. Oh yeah, yeah. Hold your head as high as you can, high enough to see who you are. Life sometimes is cold and cruel, maybe no one else will tell you, so remember that you are black gold, black gold. You are black gold. Think of all the strength you have in you.
From the blood you carry within you.
Oh, ancient men, powerful men, builders of civilization. Just think of all the strength.
From the blood that you carry.
Yeah.
Within you.
In
Within you.
In you.
Builders of civilization.
No, no.
And hold your
Head as high as you can, high enough to see who you are, little man. Life sometimes is cold and cruel, maybe no one else will tell you, so remember, you are black gold.
Black gold.
Oh, you are, you are, you are. Yeah.
Black gold.
You are black gold, black gold. You are black gold. You are black gold, black gold. You are black gold. You are, yeah, you are, you are black, black gold, yeah, black gold. Hold your head as high as you can, high enough to see who you are, little man. Life sometimes is cold and cruel, baby, no one else will tell you, so remember that you are black gold, black,
Black gold.
gold, yeah,
Yeah,
you are, you are, you are black gold.
Thank you so much. Now, actually, I'd like to speak just this much about the next song. This next song is about the royalty that we get to brush against in our lifetimes. And I don't mean coming from, a lineage of kings and queens. I mean the people who, just in their daily actions and words and thoughts and intentions, are gleaming examples of our highest state of being as human beings, people we can look up to and admire, depend on. So that's what I mean by royalty. So this song is to you, for anyone that you know is your king or your queen in your life.